Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Rich Ryan, one of the founding members here at the Obstacle Course Racing Collab, aka TORC, aka the Collab. So this is a TORC talk, and in the TORC talks, you get an inside look at what some of the top athletes in obstacle course racing, what they talk about, what their mindset is, and how they're going to approach actual competition. So on this call today, we are talking about OCR stars. So we just finished up week 2, which was the gripper chipper, and we're moving into a 6-mile road run. So on this call, you're going to hear us talk about strategies about the actual road run itself, pacing strategies, course strategies, what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, some of our goals, some projections of where we want to end up. And we're also going to talk about gripper chipper a little bit and reflect on that workout. So after 2 weeks, we have 4 members in the top 15 and 5 in the top 50. And that includes our top performer right now, Sean Stevens. Well, he is 4th overall right now in great position going into that 6-mile run. So this gives you some real insight on how the elite athletes, how we think, how we talk, and how we approach competition. So I hope you enjoy it.
Like come up, so my day has been thrown a little bit, but I figured I'd hop on while I was like driving.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So we were just talking about the leaderboard. Our boy Sean is sitting pretty, actually.
Killing it.
There's this that dude Ivan Detigarev. Apparently, he got a huge penalty on his time, like a minute and a half worth of time, where he just like didn't do some of the workout. It says here that he finished his toaster bar in 5:08, and he initially said his total time was like 5:28.
Oh.
So he got knocked off because he almost had a stranglehold on it. He only had like 12 points or something like that before. I was like, oh man, like this is going to be hard to catch up. But now the points are kind of screwed up now because somebody already ran their 6-mile. So that person's in first place, and like second place has 152 points because they have 135 points. But yeah, Sean's only 6 points out of the top spot. And then
wow,
Nick and I are both Nick is 14 points out and I am 15 points out of first place. So we're right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it looks pretty good. Like, yeah, I'm glad that guy was cheating. But happens.
Nice.
Logan, how was you?
Yeah, I might have to call it. I actually I shouldn't have done this week's workout. I wrenched my ankle on a night run. It's getting dark so early. I was running with a group of guys and stepped off a curb and twisted my right ankle a little bit. So it swelled up a little bit. I was like, I still got to get this done. So I went ahead and just kind of hobbled through it and did okay. I didn't do okay. I did terrible, but
yeah. What was going on with it? What happened?
Well, so I couldn't really jump. The bar was pretty high. I don't have a lower bar, so jumping up to the bar was a little bit tough. And then I realized I was doing my pike up strict. I do them the way I always do them, like straight legs, toes to bar, and try not to swing. I didn't really read the details of this one, but I knew what we had to do.
You got the best workout out of anybody.
I guess you were allowed to bend your knees and like go up to the bar. So it took me a couple sets to get through it, but it's all good. It was still fun. I don't know if I'm going to run the 10K this week, just cause my ankle's still a little bit swollen, but we'll see. Maybe it comes down to I have time to run it, something in the morning, Saturday or something. But I just want to make sure I'm taking care of it and not injuring myself for no reason.
Right.
But, yeah.
That's a shame too, because like this one is the one that you're kind of most equipped for.
I know it's a distance.
It's a distance.
It's a distance. A
right.
little bit of endurance. I consider this mid-distance, but
this is definitely still mid to short.
Yeah.
Like of a race.
For my style, yeah. But I love it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, we would love it if you ran it because a guy like you could really put some points in between.
Right.
People.
The OCR guys, or the CrossFit guys for sure.
Yeah. So people who are up here who might be in front of Sean, Nick or I, they might have a time that is, I don't know, they're running maybe 5:40s or something. You could slide right in there.
Yeah. I'm looking at my ankle right now. I can test it. I'm going to test it out in a couple days. Just see where we're at. I'm actually going to be in Colorado on Wednesday through Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then I'll be back. So
nice.
Yeah, we'll see. So if I get it done, it'll be a Saturday morning, kind of one and done opportunity here. So,
what do you think you could run?
Probably 30. Let's go 36, 35, 36.
So it's a 6 mile.
Oh, it's just 6 miles?
6 mile.
Okay. Yeah, I feel better about 35 then.
Yeah.
So
I would think, what do you think you can run like?
Oh, wait, 6 mile. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I was like, you could probably 5:30s, right? 5:35s.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking an average of 5-minute miles, but sorry, it's been a long work day. Yeah, I think 30. Yeah, definitely low 30s for sure. Yeah, we'll see. I haven't ran a 10K in I don't know how long, and I haven't ran a road 10K for a little while either. So it'll be interesting to kind of see where I'm at.
So yeah, that's something I do want to kind of talk about a little bit, because I'm very unfamiliar with this distance. As much as I know distances around it, like the 10, like we're just going to call it a 10K just because like that's just the way I'm used to talking it. Yeah. Nick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but I have to like jump off for a sec. I got to pick up a dog. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay. Got to do that.
And then I'd love to jump in on this afterwards.
Yeah, cool. Because we'd love to hear from you.
Yep.
All right. See you in a minute.
Okay. See ya.
Sean, have you done a 10K in a minute?
Not recently, no. I mean, I'm sort of thinking go out a bit more conservative. I've done a couple tempos lately just to see where I'm at. And they're hard. I mean, after 5K, I'm hurting, so I'm definitely a bit nervous about it. But I think maybe going out at, I don't know, if you're going for like 30 minutes flat or something, like start out 5 seconds per mile slower, maybe, and then try and work into it rather than blow up. Because I do have 2 attempts technically, depending on when you do it. So if you do your first one at a time goal that's not conservative but not aggressive, and like you feel better later in the week and maybe the times are up and you're like, I have to go 10 seconds faster to move up 5 places. It's like, yeah.
Do you guys think that a second attempt is like has value? Like I'm kind of looking at this like it would only have value if like you really screwed up the pacing. I feel like I don't know how much, like the gripper chipper, I feel like you could improve just off of strategy. And I think Burpee Mountain's going to be that way. Even I thought the mile was like, okay, let me tweak a little thing here or there, but I'm not sure about a distance that's this long. I feel like it's long enough that it's going to expose you at some point. So I'm not.
Unless you have like, I mean, if you have GI issues, if you just like completely bonk, and
if you fall, if
puke or something, if you fall, whatever. What I would plan to do is, if you're doing this twice, is obviously do one as soon as possible.
Yeah, right? Like tomorrow
for Friday, Saturday. But I would probably consider finding 2 different courses to run. Are you what is the course, what are the course rules? Is there like an elevation drop we're allowed? Does it have to finish at the same place it started, or what's that look like?
I think it's just you can't lose more than 100 feet, and I think it has to be on the road. I don't think you can do it on track.
Right. Okay. I would take full advantage of the 100 feet, honestly.
Right.
It seems a little, whatever, but if it's a competition and it's part of the rules, I think if you don't, you're going to lose several valuable seconds, right? So, I would just, the race, for a 10K, I'm always racing mile, kilometer, 7 to 10 is really the important part, like 7 to 9, really. I start a little bit off the pace, and then I accelerate into the 2nd, 3rd mile, and then continue to kind of push the envelope based on how I feel. And then really by the 7th by the 7th kilometer, you're, you know what you can finish at and what speed, right? Before you kind of hit that wall at the very end.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my strategy.
That's a good point. With like just under 2 miles, like you need to kind of be there. Like that third and fourth mile are important. And that's like the one thing that's just a little bit tricky about this. I'm not quite sure about is like what that second, third, and fourth mile should kind of be. Cause I mean, the first two, like you would imagine should feel comfortable-ish, but it's still kind of a short race. So it can't be that comfortable. So like, that's kind of the thing I'm really I'm trying to weigh out in my head and trying to figure that out. I like the idea of having 2 different courses. That's kind of smart.
Yeah, take advantage of a tailwind, a little elevation drop if you're allowed 100 feet, and and pick your days strategically.
Yeah.
Right. What time of day do you like to run? Right. I don't know. Do you guys prefer to run with music or without music if you're in that type of race scenario? I always go no music.
Running that hard, no music. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
if you know the cadence that you want to run, and you can find like a playlist of 180 beats per second or 190, whatever you race at, maybe that'd be helpful. I've never done it personally, so
it's just something else.
Probably not.
Just something else to worry about.
Yeah, I think it could slow you down.
Sean, are you planning on doing it twice?
Yeah, well, originally I was going to do it Wednesday, but I just got the weather forecast, and tomorrow there's supposed to be wind gusts up to 96 kilometers an hour. Guys, it's 60 miles an hour.
Perfect.
What?
So my course actually goes the direction of the wind. So I'm like, at a big weekend, so I'm kind of tired going into tomorrow, but given the wind, I mean, that's like 10 to 20 seconds per mile, probably.
Holy shit.
Yeah, easy.
I'm like, I'll take it.
Do it. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's just a point to point?
Yeah, it's a point to point. Drops 20 meters in the first 3K, then it's pretty much the rest of the way. So
nice, dude.
Okay, a little over 60 feet. That'll be nice. That'll be really nice.
That's huge. Yeah, so go ahead and give it a shot. Will you do that same course twice then? I mean, that seems ideal.
Probably, depending on the wind. Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you know what course you're using yet, or?
I think I have like a completely flat, like mile, like 1.2 mile loop I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't be able to stretch any place that's going to be a straight 6 mile. But for me, it would have to be an out and back. And I would hate to face the wind in any of those directions and have to have a dead stop and turn back around, and it kind of rolls a little bit. So pancake flat, just going in loops, I think will be a good spot for me.
Yeah. So if you're doing multiple laps and it's exactly
it's like really close. It's like, or you could like put an add on to make it like 1.3 or something.
Yeah, if you can find somebody to come out and pace you through every other mile, so starting at the 2nd mile. So if they come in at the 2nd mile, then they take the 3rd mile off and they pick you up on the 4th, right? So then you got somebody, you have somebody there with you at the last mile, right? Somebody maybe you can draft. I don't know if you have anybody who could do that for you.
I'm having a terrible time finding pacers. Like to have somebody that is in that type of shape and isn't training for something
and is willing. Yeah.
And who's willing. Like someone asked me to do that. It's like, hey, come out and run like 5:10s with me. I'd be like, no, like that's like a real effort and I don't want to do for training. Like I have shit I got to do. But I thought of that too. It's like, just do a lap and come with me and stop. And I'm still having a hard time trying to find people.
Right.
So we'll see. So I think I'm just going to do a mile loop and just kind of set at a pace. I'm probably a little bit conservative to start and see what it's like in that last. I like your idea. Look at the last 2 miles, that last 3K. I feel like that's enough time that you should know where you stand and how fast you can potentially go.
It's really a mental thing, because by the time you get to the last mile, you have very little doubt that you're gonna have to slow down, right? I mean, I'm always racing up until like that 9th K, and then it's just like I just got to get there.
Yeah.
It's mentally, it's just so much easier to run that last kilometer, that last 2K.
Yeah. Nick, did you do many 10Ks in school?
No, I wasn't really a 10K runner. My coach always wanted me to be, but I only did one, and it was in San Francisco, and I was there like 7 days before for spring break. So I ran like trash. I
Probably
walked
not.
like 10 miles a day. I played like 8 hours of laser tag before it. So it's a really bad case study. I did do a 10K at the beginning of this summer in July. The 4th of July, I ran a fun run 10K just by myself because everyone else were like a bunch of high school kids and, you know, they weren't going that fast. But my understanding of the 10K is that it's a slow to fast race. Like you benefit from going harder in the end than the beginning.
Yeah. So that's the merit for going to having 2 cracks at it, just in case you do fuck it up.
I wanted to. I was going to run it today, but like I said, my day got pretty shifted. So I was going to do one today and then do one Friday, but now I'm just all in on Friday.
How will this affect recovery? I mean, a week, like a 10K, it's not nothing. Like, how many days do you think you need? Do you think you'll be okay? Like, Sean, like you think you'd be okay in 2 days, Logan? Because I'm not sure.
It depends. So it depends. I mean, how do you run, right? Are you running on your toes and your calves are going to be killing you? Or are you just kind of mid-footing it and like maybe your quads or your hamstrings might be a little bit more tight? I think you're going to be using for the next workout, right? I think you're probably going to have to rely on your quads more than your calves. So if you can stay on your toes for the race and they're not going to be sore for a week after that, right? If it's like, you know, 2 days recovery, I think you should be fine. But that's just me personally. I always run on my toes. Anything 10K or less, I'm pretty much on my toes almost the whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The safe bet for the 10K is just going to be it's going to take 48 hours to recover at least, like minimum. I think like you said, depending on how you run it, you could take up to 72. Like I'd say by Sunday though. If you run on Friday, by the end of Sunday going into Monday, you should be okay.
Yeah, I kind of echo those sentiments. Whenever I run a 10K, my calves are pretty sore for 2 to 3 days afterwards. And it gets better. It depends what shoes you run in as well. If you're going with the light pair of racing flats, I'm going to use my Next Percent, which have like a shit ton of cushion.
Yeah.
And every time I've run in them, I've been fine the next day. So I think my recovery should be pretty good. But
Yeah.
Sean's going to walk away with his 6 miler. He's running in his Next Percent with a tailwind, 100-foot drop.
And it's some drop. Yeah.
Oh, man.
We'll see. I'm definitely not recovered going into this. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have me thinking now, because I was just going to go all in on Friday, but maybe I can do a Wednesday, Saturday. But I might just stick with my plan, just go all in on Friday. And that's just kind of like following a typical race, right? Like a typical race schedule, like having like some secondary workout tomorrow, 2 days easy, kind of be tapered into it just so I have my best crack at it. Because this is it. Like this week is really like the last week for me in terms of training and running in general, right? Like this is like the last week of, this is like my goal A race. So I was just like, I'm just going to taper my way into it and just get one big crack at it like it would be for the end of a cross country season or end of a track season, as opposed to trying to play that game. And just, kind of put all the eggs in one basket. I feel confident in my ability to pace and just be able to go after it. And going slow to fast, like, and if it feels comfortable in 5K, I feel like I can drop it pretty well in the last 3 miles. So I think I'm just going to stick with Friday. Me and you, Nick, just going Friday, dude.
Yep. All in. I've been in a situation before.
Yeah, right. And I've never doubled back for a 10K in my life. Like I have no idea. And that would suck to come back for a second effort. I guess it doesn't matter that much because like I said, it is kind of going into running recovery mode. But like to have a better effort the first time and then suck the second time would just be a bummer.
I mean, if you come back and you wanted to run it the second time and you have like 90 kilometer per hour winds and, you've got a dog like Nick just picked up to drag you, you're good, man. Go for a second round. But, if the conditions don't present themselves, stick with the first one if you're happy with it,
Yeah.
And then just go in fresh for next week because, next week next week's gonna be really hard on a lot of people for sure.
It's gonna be great. I did not end up doing the Burpee Mountain today. I had some like weird glute pain this morning, so I was like, I might as well just take it down. So I don't know what that's gonna be like. That's just gonna be an absolute grind. I don't know who's gonna be good at that. I don't know what's gonna make somebody good at that. I think I have a grid. I feel like I'm gonna do really well, but I could do really poorly in that. So, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
So, Sean, what do you think you're gonna run?
And I'm gonna probably go out pretty conservative. I think like under normal conditions, under 32. So like 520 miles, 320 kilometers is kind of like where my fitness is right now. I'd be satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Wind and conditions, might end up being a bit quicker, but I think echoing again the conservative start, I'll probably start not too much quicker than that and just see where it takes me.
See where you're at. That'll put you in great position. Like from these names who are above you, like I don't know what this Sergey guy has. Chris Woolley, I think he's more of a short distance guy as well. He did that burpee 10K earlier this summer, and he did fine, but he didn't do that well over this course, over this distance. And yeah, like Forrest, like he can't run 520s. He'll probably run more like 540s. Mm-hmm. So I think you would beat all the people that are right in front of you with 520s for sure.
What do you guys think like a top 10 time on this would be?
Probably averaging 520, maybe 525. Honestly, I think that like that could be right in the wheelhouse.
I think a 520 would be fast. I think 530.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Like even just looking at the guys, like Batrice just hurt himself at that race. He might be out. Like VJ over this distance, probably he'll run 520s. Chad Trammell, probably same deal. Woods, I don't know if he might come at this pretty hard. He's probably running like 505s. And then I don't know any of these other, like, I don't know what this dude, Eric Woody, Taylor Turney, I don't think can run 520s, 530s. Nick Riker, our boy, I don't know, like he might have 530s in him, maybe. But I'm not sure.
Nick's solid. Nick's really solid, I think, for like a hard 5K. I don't know what kind of shape he's in for a 10, but
yeah, he's building his way back up. It's kind of a short build for him, and this is not a distance that's pretty long for him. But I think he could even have a shot to get top 10. I think he should be in the top 10 with 5 days.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
Nick Masick, are you doing stuff? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, he's on mute.
You're muted. I can unmute him. Oh, I just muted you.
Oh, now he's muted again.
I did that. That was my fault.
He muted himself when you muted him.
I did that.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
There we go. That was my fault. Yeah. Are you able to talk right now? Or are you doing stuff?
Yeah, I can. Sorry. My sound on my phone is just like nothing. I can hardly hear any of you.
Oh, huh. What do you think you're going to run?
Say that one more time.
What are you going to run for the 10K? What are you going to average?
What I'm going to run and what I'm going to try to run, I don't know if they're going to be the same thing. So I ran a 5K a week and a half ago for one of my athletes, my high school athletes, and we did 510s, and that felt like just like easy run. So I know I can do probably 520 for sure. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out at a 510.
Yeah.
See how it feels. If it's just easy, I'll drop to 505. And basically every mile I'll make the decision, was that hard? Was that easy? And then just do 5-second shifts.
Okay. Like a cut down throughout every single mile.
Yeah. I'd like to finish the last mile somewhere in like 440s, 450. That'd be like the goal, to kind of like progress from a 510 to a 445.
Yeah.
But I don't know how realistic that is. My running has been like so patchy since the mile. I don't know. Like I ran today and it felt great, but I wasn't racing.
This is a weird type of competition that way because you kind of I feel like I've been tapering for a long time and like kind of putting together things here or there. So it's not typically what I'm used to in terms of like how I feel going into a race. But I think it'll be fine. The volume that you put in.
this is the last week I'm going to be running, and then I'm going to take a recovery cycle so I can go into like next spring and summer actually not destroyed.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of, I'm here for the ride. Like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking the same plan as you, like going out. I was thinking like I had to work out this weekend. It felt really, really good, really easy. I think my floor is 505s for the whole thing. So I think I would kind of start around 505, 508 and then see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Maybe try to hit two of those in a row and then kind of be at 5 minutes. I would love to go under 30. That'd be sweet.
That would be insane. Like, I don't think anyone, I don't know. What do you think it's going to take to win it aside from Sean's 2750 that's coming?
Yeah. If anybody's under 30, like I think that would be the win. And Batris is the only person I think other than you or I.
And he got hurt.
Maybe Woods. Woods Woods could probably put together 5 flats. I don't know. But he also just.
I bet he's tired. He looks, just from like looking at results, he looks tired.
Yeah, he just raced Savage.
Yeah. Like, and that's assuming he's going to run. I'm guessing he's going to.
He's either tired or he just hasn't been putting in. I don't know. Have you guys been following him on Strava or anything? Have you seen?
I haven't really seen.
I think maybe he's just like, maybe this year is just a little bit of a wash. I think it is for a lot of guys, but.
Yeah. And he's 41.
I'm never surprised. Woods never surprises me. He can come out and just absolutely crush, or he can just be like, you know.
I mean, yeah, and he ran 4:32 as a 41-year-old. So like, I mean, he could probably set himself at 5:05s and just like cruise.
He's amazing, man. Yeah, It's incredible.
Yeah. So I think if anybody's under 30, I think that's going to win it. Unless there is another ringer that comes in, like who came in from the CrossFit angle, but no one did that for the mile, except our ringer came through. Did you get paid yet? Nah, you can't hear us. But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I think anybody that's in 530s is going to be in top 10. Yeah, I would think.
How is the payouts? How are the payouts working? Have they announced that yet? How much are you guys gonna bank here?
So it's $1,000 for an event win. Okay. So that's why I think Woods will run, even though he's kind of buried in the results right now. But I think he will run for that reason. And it's $5K for the entire win. 5, 3, and 1, I think, is how it pays out for top 3. So it's pretty sweet payout.
It's really nice. Yeah, but only for the top 3, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about so what about filming this? Are we gonna have to? We're not filming our 10K. They're just taking our Strava segment, or how are they gonna monitor? Make sure that everybody's legit.
I don't know.
That's so weird, but
I think it's just gonna be like one of those things. Like if someone ran because now everybody has a mile time. And if someone had run a 450 and then all of a sudden they run 520s, like, that probably isn't going to stack up, Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's just kind of be based off that type of evidence. Can people come in from the outside and do an elevation correction or a distance correction on your Strava segment? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Maybe they need to ask for that as well. Like, hey, we see this time, do an elevation, because you know how you can do that.
Yeah, of course.
Because I guess that would be the only thing.
It's probably just a straight equation for feet to distance, right? So however many feet you drop over a certain distance, it's going to reduce it by an equal amount of time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I would think, but I don't know. This whole thing seems kind of arbitrary, right? So. Yeah. I'm just hoping people are, have integrity and, are doing it the right way.
Everybody's just doing their best, except the people who are fucking cheating, like that Russian, that Russian Ivan.
It's always the Russians.
Freaking Russians! It's crazy how.
Ignorous.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah. Is WADA? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Is WADA in on this? Are they going to be testing at the end of this before they pay out that money?
It's going to be expensive to send them Send them all over the country.
It's actually pretty crazy how international this is. Like of the top 6, it's all different countries. Canada representing.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So I don't know. I think that's what else you guys been thinking about? Anything else you guys want to kind of go over with this?
I had like a few questions that I don't know if they got talked about already, but I was just kind of like curious about. One, is this have to be on a road?
I think it does. It can't be like the track is just going to be a disaster, and they're not going to watch video submissions of this. And Strava,
they're not going to watch video submissions for this.
No, that's why you can't do it on a track.
Hold on. So let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. So you need to do it on a road, and you don't need to videotape it.
Correct.
That's what.
Oh, so this is all Strava data.
This is just Strava.
I swear somebody's going to get
I
on
thought we
their
had to
bike.
film this 6 mile.
Right? Yeah.
No, that because it's going to be a 30 to 40-minute race. Like they would need to start watching these fucking videos now if they want to do that.
That makes sense. So this is just Strava. That's gonna good luck winning this.
But that's the thing, it's going to be easy to worry about that, but really, you can only worry about your effort there, and that's it. And hopefully they sort it out.
I feel like no matter what happens at this point, I don't care.
Right.
And I put in $30 to this competition, so it's not like a big deal, and no matter what.
You've netted $970 on this, so
if I find a way to get it, no one's come to me to explain how I'm going to receive this money.
It's probably just Hunter's would probably just Venmo you. But yeah, I think it's just going to be, and I mean, it's going to be annoying to watch it come in. I'm going to probably be stressed out looking at the leaderboard. I think I'm not even going to put my time in until Saturday, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm just going to be stressed the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was for this one too. I was stressed. An athlete that I coached got a message back and was like, your lunges were bad and your toes to bar were bad. Your time doesn't count for the last one. And I looked at her video and I was like, if hers are bad, mine are bad. And everyone I've ever seen are bad. So I was really freaking out about that. But they didn't disqualify her in any way. So, I mean, but it looks like they did get to the bottom of some of the stuff. And I think they're especially on the elite end, I think a lot more of this will happen at the age groupers end of things, where it's going to be harder to figure out who's who, and who's capable of what. But at the elites, I'll probably just ask Jack Bauer, is this the real? Can this person do this? And he'll be like, no. So that's the main thing, I think.
I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of fun going over the Strava files on people who were pretty exceptional and being
you got to look at cadence, right?
Look at this split, a 250 kilometer.
Yeah, that actually would be funny.
He had a cadence of 20 steps per minute. It's interesting.
Or it's their heart rate is just really low. They're just on a bike, just fucking. Yeah, so just Strava in terms of putting it in, and then you got to take that Strava link and put it in where you put your video link. That has been the issue before, where it asks for your video the past couple of, that will just take your Strava link.
Strava link, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool,
fellas. So I'm excited. Let's keep each other posted on what's going on. Sean, dude, definitely run that tomorrow. I'm excited to see that, with the tailwind and all. So just put your time up there when it's 450s. You're oh my God.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know if I end up, if my ankle's okay. I'm going to test it out a little bit and just see where I'm at. But again, I'm not gonna do anything stupid. So I'll just.
Yeah, for sure. But
I'm already out of this thing after this week. So.
But like I said, it's probably what you're most prepared for this run. I mean, you've been running a lot, just did a marathon, so being a little bit tapered down. So I think you can pop.
I wasn't ready, I wasn't ready to run a super fast mile split, but a 10K is probably perfect for me right now. So
yeah, hopefully you're feeling better.
Cool. Good to see you guys.
All right, fellas, we'll do this again next week, and then we'll be ready to rock. This will be it. All right, fellas.
All right.
Talk to you guys soon.
Crush it, guys.
Later.
See ya.